Hello, I'm Richard. This is the first of 5 parts series of videos I'm doing on star children and for parents and teachers in terms of how to cope and grow with them. This one is on the first principle of understanding who star children really are. Now, first of all, let's establish some things that are important. Not everybody born during these times is a star child. Star children have particular characteristics, and according to some people, there are 3 categories of star children who have started to come into the planet from 1970 onwards. Now, the early years, 1970, 1980, there were very few. As time went on, more and more turned up on the planet. So the 3 categories of these children are indigo, around 1970 to 1990. And again, the years are a little loose. Crystal, from 1990 to 2010. Rainbow, year 2000 onwards. There is no overlap here, and the reason for the overlap is because of the different energies of these children coming in. Now, my son was born in 1995, and he's definitely a crystal child. The also thing to note is that not every star child is hyperactive, ADD, uncontrollable, and requires 24/7 supervision. So they all vary in terms of their personalities, their gifts, their needs. However, there's one important fact that separates star children from the others. They are very, very different. And traditional parenting techniques and teaching and education system do not work for them. That's important to realize. Here's the general purpose of these different categories of children. The indigo, they came down to break down the current archaic, rigid, inflexible, destructive systems on which the world is based on. They challenge the status quo. They question authority. They would be seen as rebellious in that particular generation. They are the ones that embrace change. These are the people that lapped up the internet and all the power and change of technology. Then the crystal children, their purpose is to build a new foundation on this system, the old system that needs to change. So their role is to build a new foundation, and it's based on inner and higher power, tapping into your inner potential in terms of who you are, looking more into the oneness of the universe. Then the rainbow children, they come to complete the above, and they teach you how to open your heart and connect with the heartbeat of the universe. This group here are of the highest energy. So when you look at these 3 groups coming in, the indigo had high energy, the crystal had higher, the rainbow had the highest. And this category of star children, the rainbow, are the most hyperactive. They're the most difficult to deal with in traditional terms. They also have the most to offer in terms of consciousness, intelligence. These children usually come in with no karma, and they just express joy. And parents of rainbow children find that the children give them more than the parents give them. So they give more than they receive in terms of who they are. So this is roughly a snapshot of these kind of children. Now, the crystal are very sensitive in nature, and so they can take on the negativities and energies of the world around. Hence, they're far more susceptible in their sensitivity to things like vaccination. And when you look at these children, a lot of them end up being depressed, alienated from society, because they're so different. The rainbow children are so different that the traditional school system progressively becomes less and less relevant as time goes on with these groups coming through. The issue with rainbow children is that they are born as universal beings. When you have a universal being coming in and you try and put them in a 3D earth box, it doesn't work. And the degree it doesn't work is massive. So what do you do with these? I will unpack this in another practical video, because the general principles of working with these star children is, number one, move with them. Number two, do not try to make them sit, do not try to force them to do things, and the traditional expectations of parents are not appropriate. So what do you do? This is the conundrum, because there's very little out there for parents and teachers. I will unpack this practically in another video, but this one is simply to highlight who these wonderful people are, the different ages and phases, why they're here, and some of the different characteristics of them. As you look at this, it's important for you to change the eyes in which you look at these children, because they're here to help you and the world be a better place. I'm Richard.